You ready? Hey mommies, welcome to the Powder Room Show.
I'm Miriam.
And I'm Lachey, aka Shay.
Hey.
Okay, so today's topic is not your charity case. You a charity case?
I'm not a charity case.
Not your charity case.
Are you a charity case?
I ain't no charity case.
Not your charity case. You know what I'm talking about?
But before we get right into the topic, I have a check-in moment.
Okay.
So I was very impressed with the whole Prince Harry and Meghan Markle situation going on.
Yes.
Girl, Meghan Markle got a man losing his kingdom for
You
her.
see that?
Girl, what kind, Megan, call me. What kind of power you got over there, girl? But I just thought that was amazing.
Yes.
One thing I really love about the situation, being the outside looking in, don't know the details, but from what I see, Prince Harry is not having it. He got his woman's back.
Right.
And I love that about a man. Like,
Right.
have your woman's back.
Yes.
If you're going to be in it for the long haul, he don't even care who he is. He's a prince, and she's considered a commoner. And she's a black woman on top of that. And it's like, no, we're not having this.
Right.
And I watched the interview with him, and he was saying like the same thing. If his mother would still be alive, if his father didn't have his mom's back like she should have, like with, you know, people coming at her and things like that, paparazzi and all that.
Yeah.
And he's not letting it happen.
Yeah.
He's like, the safety of my wife and my child
That's right.
is what matters.
That's right.
Me on the throne has nothing to do with anything.
Thank
so,
you.
I love you, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. Shout out to you guys.
Don't let me get off this throne.
Okay, girl. I love that.
Man's supposed to protect his woman. You know, we supposed to protect each other. Woman's supposed to take her man.
Right.
And if in the event that something like this is going on, you know, it's good that he's stepping up and showing that it's not just a royal thing. This is a human thing. This is a marriage thing, you know?
And I love that. He's like, it's almost like he's like, it don't matter who I am, you still gotta do the right thing.
That's right.
So I love that about him.
I love it, yeah. Speaking of doing the right thing.
Okay, what happened?
I'm just saying, do right by me because I'm a woman, not because I'm a single woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously, that's a real conversation.
Yeah.
That's a real conversation because with Not Your Charity Case, I wanted to bring it out because I feel like, how do you think people feel sorry for us being a single mom?
I think sometimes. I think more than we probably would ever hear them admit. People subconsciously think like, oh,
they having a hard time.
Yeah.
Let me bless them with something.
Yeah. Here's $20, baby. Gas. You know, and I
Pray for
take
this.
it. You know?
But I'm still not your charity case. But I'll take your $20.
Nah.
But seriously, I feel like, okay, when it comes to dating though,
yeah,
a couple shows back, you have brought up a man who wanted to keep you, you know, in the file cabinet when you had a little itch. For y'all grown folks, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you brought that up when we had a conversation over the phone. Can you give us like details of like what you meant by that?
Right, yeah. Well, I don't know if he wanted to keep me in the file cabinet or he want me to keep him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In our itinerary, in circulation. But either way it goes, it wasn't going down. Because my first thought, I mean, of course, you know, practicing abstinence and everything, but my first thought aside from that was, which is my second thought, I don't know what you got, you know, you rotating like that, like you nasty, you ain't a man of standard, you ain't a man that, you know, that's really on my level, like in terms of respecting myself as a woman, not just because I'm a mother, a single mother, like that doesn't.
And he don't even know what you got. He nasty, like, and knowing that you don't have anything, but he just went there. Like, how you just gonna go there with somebody you don't even know? So what did he say?
So I feel like, just as a refresher, it was a guy that I met, and you know, I was trying to still decide whether or not I wanted to talk to him, right? So we were just in like the hanging out, kicking the stage, where before holding hands, any of that going out. And basically I told him like, I'm not feeling you like that. It was good to meet you, but you know, we can move on because this is not going to go anywhere. So he texted me. He was like, no problem. You know, good to meet you too. 2 hours later, well, just in case you wanted to, you have a little itch and on those lonely days, you know, I know y'all women, y'all can have be feeling some type of way.
Oh my God.
bothers her every time. It bothers her every time.
It makes me cringe.
Yeah. And I had never been came at like that. Like I've had guys like come at me or whatever, but that'll be like their first approach, right? Like, so what's up? You know, like whatever. It won't be like you trying to date me, and then when I tell you I'm not interested, okay, so let me be your
go-to.
Yeah.
Your booty call.
Your eggplant. Yeah.
Not the eggplant. The eggplant. Hey, any texters out there will know what that means.
And I'm like, I never gave him that impression. Like, I never gave him a hug. Like, the whole time I was just like, just straight up, just cool with him. Like, yeah, so, you know, how was your day? This is how I am. This is, you know, just basic conversation, whatever. And we never talked about anything sexual. I never came too close to him. I didn't let him come too close to me. But then when I reflect back on it, he was, like, very, like, trying to get close to me. Like, when we was standing together, he seemed like
physically?
Like, he seemed like he wanted to, like, be closer to me. Like, he made it kind of, he did kind of make it a little bit obvious. And that's another reason I was like, I'm good, you know? So...
So, in speaking about that, one of the things that we wanted to talk about too was like when it comes to money. So, my issue with is, and it's going to be like a two-way street. Not your charity case can also be like, one, don't feel sorry for me, but also two, don't use me.
Yeah.
You have to find like a good balance when you're a man dating a single mother. So, one of the things I really hate, and I talked to you about this, like a man taking from my table.
Yes.
As a single mother, and taking from my table is subliminal. It's not like a literal thing, like I have food and you're taking food.
It could be that too, though.
Well, that too, but when I'm saying taking from my table, don't add stress to my life.
Right.
Don't come in here and begging and asking for money, borrowing money, or can I hold something, or don't come in here just being a bum. Like, don't take from my table as a single mother or as a relationship period. You're supposed to always add value to somebody.
Yeah.
And my thing is, add value to me and my son. It's enough going on as a single mother. And I'm not trying to say like we have this sad story, it's so hard for us. I feel like everybody has hard times in different seasons, married or single. But for me and my situation being single, don't take from my table.
Right.
So you need to make sure that when you approach me or when you're coming at me, you're adding value to our lives.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I look for. Like, what kind of value are you adding to our lives? Financial value, spiritual value, emotional value.
Yes.
Like, you have to be well-rounded in adding some type of values to me and my son's life.
Right.
Because we already been through enough.
Right.
So that's what I mean too, as far as like, you feel like because I'm lonely, you should just be in my life. Boo-boo, I'm not lonely.
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna live my best life.
Yeah.
And sing.
And sing.
Because I want to get copyrighted. No copyright. I do not own the rights to that song. But you know what I mean? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, what you think?
Yeah, no, I believe that's 100% true what you said, because a lot of times when people see single people, period, they think they lonely, right? Add a child or two to that. It's like, wow, you really need some loving. You need some help in some type of way. More than just physical. I know you still have all that.
Right.
But it's like, I'm good. Like, I've been through, like you said, a lot, but also too, because I'm single, I've had an opportunity to take that chance to work on myself, work on my emotional health, and work on the things that once I put the babies down, I can start back reading, then I can focus on this and this and that, you know, because I know that this is where I want to be. This is a possible thing that slows me down, being a mom, being a single mom too at that. So I'm going to work harder to overcome those hurdles, and it don't mean that I'm lacking anything, you know. So yeah, don't take from my table. Don't come around thinking that just because I don't have a man on my side, you can come and just, you know, leech off me, or, you know.
Another point we could be also too, when I say not your charity case, you have those men or women too, but in our situation, men, because we date men, that they try to be your savior, right?
Right.
So once they save you, they get you all doctored up physically, you know, they get you in shape, you looking good, they get your credit right, they doctor you up, and then naturally a person who is elevating themselves and getting themselves better, getting their shape right, getting their health right, getting their career right, getting their finances right, naturally it's gonna boost up your confidence a little bit more. But when you get to the peak and then you feel like, oh well, she don't need me no more, so let me, like, what are you gonna do when I get to the peak of my confidence and I'm feeling myself, but not in a negative way, but just feeling really good about myself and the person I am, are you still gonna be around? Because now, in a sense, I don't need you as much before. You know what I mean? So can you feel confident in securing yourself as a man that I'm at this level now, and I wasn't there when we first started dating?
Oh, that's good.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't where I was when I first started dating. And I feel like with a man or a woman, everybody's supposed to make you better. I want a man to make me better just as much. I'm sure the man for me wants a woman to make him better. But once I get better, are you still gonna be there?
Right. Yeah, and you know what? That's a good point you brought up, because some people, they're attracted to people that are codependent.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like
that's the word
inside of them that's like, man, I need to help somebody. I got that super savior spirit, like you said, you know, like. And
I used to have that.
You did?
Yeah, absolutely. My ex-husband, I thought it was like Chris Brown Carucci. Like, I don't know if you saw her segment with Ayanna Van Zandt. She thought she could save him. She thought she can be that person that he goes to all the time, and people would look at him differently because, like, oh yeah, Carucci, she loved him, Chris Brown got himself together. I was that woman, like, thinking I could save him, and I love you, and thinking my love can, but only God can save a man. Period. Like, hands down, I don't even have the power to save nobody. So I feel like I don't want a fixer-upper, and I don't want to be nobody's fixer-upper as well. So I don't want you to feel like if you are rich and you're coming to me, you're changing my life, but then when I get to a certain place, like, well, she don't need me no more, I'm about to go. Like, no, we still supposed to be
building each other up. And helping each other. Because even though you're rich and you got it all together and you finished school or you got your business or whatever, that's for the man. I'm still gonna bring something to you that you miss.
Absolutely.
I'm a woman, so that's what I'm coming with. But that's what my auntie, she always told us. Shout out to my auntie Betty. I love her so much. Oh my gosh. She always told us, like, never be in a position where a man could say that he helped you out more than you would have helped yourself.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
say that again.
Never be in a position when you meet a man that he can say that he helped you out more than you can help yourself. Yeah.
That is, and you know what? I'm gonna always have that in the back of my mind.
That's
because
my girl.
One of the things that I subconsciously deal with is, like, part of me feels like I want a man to be the man and show me the world, but another part of me feels like I want to bring a lot more to the table than what I'm bringing to the table. So I'm working just as hard. Because if I want him to show me the world, I want to show him some things too. You know what I mean? So that right there. Auntie Betty,
Betty, she's 77. That's my girl. Still kicking.
That's that wisdom.
Yeah, I should bring her on this couch one day. I'm gonna bring her on this couch. Y'all gonna be cracking up. She's from Louisiana. But but that's my girl. But that's true. I mean, and so because I'm not where I am in certain areas, I've made it a point to work on myself in other areas, so that it's like, okay, I might be lacking right here, but I've been working on this. So it's like, even though you might come and help me with this, I got this on lock. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I feel like whoever you're going to be surrounding yourself with, whether it's a friendship or a man-woman relationship, trying to build a relationship, people should always, because you're not going to always have it together. So they're going to always bring a little bit something to you in a different aspect, in a different perspective for you to look at things at. And I feel like, if you can't, and then just knowing your place in that area, like, okay, my wife or my husband lacks in this area, so I know I'm really good at this, and I'm going to bring this out of her. I'm going to bring that out of her. And then I'm really good at this area, so I'm going to bring this out of him, out of her. But off the bat, don't think like I'm not bringing nothing to the table, and you're going to come in here and be Captain Save-A-Ho because you just feel sorry for me because I'm a
I was trying to say it, but you said
yeah, it's like, back up, bruh. Like, my situation, and then too, first of all, I don't know why people think being a single mom is such a disease. Like, calm that down.
That is,
we're okay.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean?
Well, you have to remember that some single moms haven't peaked yet, and they haven't found their comfortability. You know, like, I wallowed in that for a while, and I think we talked about that, how it could have been a form of, what is that, postpartum? You know, it's like, dang, I got 2 kids. you know, I ain't done with school. I'm not in the career field I want to be in. Like, just literally, like, just like beating myself up. And so it's like when somebody great comes along, like saying like he seems as though he has it together, he has money or whatever. He's somewhere that I would want to be as the woman, you know, and myself. Then it's like, oh, I want to do everything he tell me to do. You know, you running after him because, you know, like a little puppy because you feel like he's saving you. If you still in that mindset, then yeah, you know, a lot of men have run into women that's in that mindset. And so when they see other single women that are mothers, they're like, yeah, I know I could get her because I done dated her.
Right.
I done saved her.
Right. So I'm not getting, and a lot of men prey on that. I know a woman, a friend of mine who, she dated a guy who preyed on single mothers. And he was homeless. They first date. So loud. Let me tell you something. Their first date, he was home. She went to like his office, and she said she realized at that moment, like, this man is homeless, and she felt so. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Damn, why is that so? Wait, first of all, sidebar. Why is that so funny? You really are so hard, helper Lord. Anyway,
Cause you're homeless.
how you gonna be homeless trying to help somebody?
You shouldn't be dating nobody.
We need some tissues. Her makeup is red and everything. Don't get it on your shirt.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna get some tissue.
Oh my God. She didn't know he was homeless though. I'm sure she knew he was homeless at the beginning. She went to dating him.
Did you see Pursuit of Happiness? Well, he was trying to get a woman or no? He was trying to get a job.
He was trying to get a job, not a woman. Oh God. Okay, yeah, that is a good point. Like, you shouldn't be trying to date nobody and you homeless. Like, boy, get your priorities together.
But that's why he was trying to date to get some place to lay his head.
Yeah, and he, in the manipulation, that's what he got. He was able to live with her because she felt so bad, and he preyed on a nice woman whose heart was so pure, and he was able to live with her for like a year or two and not bringing no money to the table. But she realized, like, hold on. So you have those men who prey on single mothers because you feel like, okay, she might be lonely. Yeah. She gonna need a man in the house and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So let me just prey on her. And that's what he did. So my thing was always like, for me, I don't want a savior because I feel like I want a man who's going to accept me for who I am as far as my confidence.
Yes.
And that's one thing I didn't have. Like, I have gifts and I have dreams and I have aspirations just like you do. Don't come in here thinking you're going to save me, and then when I get to those, when God opens the door for me to have those successes in life, now you're walking away because you're not secure with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and unfortunately I've heard of stories like that before too, you know, where men or women have, you know, been the one that was holding everything down. They were just holding it down. And once that person like, okay, we even, like we level, like, right, we good. Now we can fly in our relationship. This should be the freedom moment for both of us.
Right.
It's like, no, I wanted to be the one that's responsible to say, I helped you, and I made this, and I did this, you know? And
right.
like,
and my thing is like, how come we can't do it together?
Yeah, that's what it should be.
You know, how come we can't do it together? And I always feel like, whoever my man is, I feel like he's watching me, and he's like, she's the bomb. Like, I'm proud of her. Like, she didn't need, and he knows that I didn't need him, but he knows that I truly love him and I want him.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why he doesn't treat me as such, like, you know, I came in and I helped her and her son, because if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me?
But why would you want to be with somebody that you have to help in every way? You know, it shows what's inside.
And I feel like, and that's, it can be draining. In a relationship, it can be definitely draining if you are the person who's always the go-to person. Right. And the person that is always the person who's like leaning on that person. What are you adding? That's what, going back to the value. Yeah. What kind of value are you adding to the relationship? Yeah,
because without you doing your part, everything gonna crumble. And I want to break. I want to be able to give it to you, and we, you know.
Right, because when I have a moment, I need to have a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And can this train still keep moving when I'm having my moment?
I like what you brought to light, because a lot of women, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, because I'm a woman obviously, but a lot of women I do hear, young and old, they still support a man nowadays, like the one that was homeless.
Financially, yeah.
Like, I heard a story that a woman, she was in her like mid 40s, and she met a man. He was, you know, down on his luck, as they say. He didn't have a job, he didn't have a car or nothing. and so she let him actually sleep on her couch for like a year. Similar to the story you told me. And like they ended up getting married. Cause he got a job and he got a good career job, but the money came in, got a car, everything.
You see I'm itching, right?
Yeah, and let me tell you, a lot of people was like, that's good, but in my mind I'm like, no, that's terrible. Because as a woman, my standard is not to help you so I can say I built you or I made you. As a man, you need to come to the table with some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? And this is where I be like, Lord, I need you to really help me understand what your word talks about when you say the women are the helpmeet. Because I know that in a sense we are supposed to help the men, but it's like, how much help do they need? Like, what areas are you talking about as far as help?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, yes, us women can bring something to the table, but like you said, you don't want to be the woman who's like,
yeah. And
then you have those women who be building up the man. They build that man. They put all in the work. I mean, he is a Fortune 500. He in Forbes magazine. Ooh. And then the Negro goes away and marry somebody else.
Becky with the long hair.
See?
The good hair.
With the good hair.
Yeah.
And then you be like, hold up. And then you put yourself to the side, your dreams to the side, this to build this CEO, and then he leaves you and goes somewhere else.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Because by the way, that lady was a single mom, but she was her kid was grown.
Okay.
He was in like his 20s, but it just goes back to having that standard as a woman, like knowing what you're gonna accept and what you're gonna do with, and filling that void inside of you before you date, you know.
Absolutely.
And go out and share yourself. But and with that being said, like, what would you say like is the limit then, like the threshold, like right here, this is where I'm helping out, like. You know what I mean?
No, because I feel like.
Because it's like,
I can't,
like you said, it's just like a teeter. Like when you're in a relationship, he can lose his job, you lose your job, or you can, you know, fall emotionally, go into depression.
But I always feel like they should at least have the basics. If you're going to approach me, have the basics. Your job. Because, for one, and I think not your charity case can go both ways. I'm not a charity case, and I'm not. You better not be a charity case. Like the homeless guy, you're a charity case. Yeah. Don't come after me when you're. I'm sorry.
I'm a loser.
Don't come after me when I have to. When you're the charity case, you get what I'm saying? That can go both ways.
Date if you. But my grandma, my auntie, that rest in peace. They always just say 3 R's: a ride, a roof, and a raise. That's the 3 R's. A ride. A man. I need to be dating a man that has a ride.
A ride,
a roof,
a car,
and he's looking for a raise. Because if this is R in sign language, so if he looking for a raise, I mean he has a job.
And ambition. He has ambition to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Your aunties, we need to get them all over here.
Girl.
Okay.
A ride, the car. We are not biking it. We are not Ubering it. Pick me up. Like I'm Ubering. No, pick me up. I hate that.
So I have a quick question.
Okay.
We listen to you guys talk. You ever hear about those people, like you said, who helped the man? You know, she paid for his school, or she did this and did that, and maybe years later, 8-9 years later, now that he's this guy, you know, he has all these things, they get married and live happily ever after. Do you think it's worth it to put all that time in when there's no guarantee that he's going to stick around or that he's going to reach the potential? Because some people get stuck on potential. Yeah. Like you said, what's your threshold? Like, do you think it's worth it to put in that time and effort for somebody who maybe treats you well and has potential to be something else? Where do you think it's worth it, or is it not?
I don't think it's worth it. I've been through too many guys with potential.
Amen.
And my thing is, potential is not a quality. It's a possibility. It's not a quality. And for me, because I know where I'm going, regardless is with the man or without, I'm gonna have my network. I'm gonna win my Emmy. I'm gonna be it. I'm speaking it. I'm gonna do it. So I know my potential, and I know I'm working on my potential. I'm working towards it. You can see it. You can visually see me working towards it. For me, it's like, it's not just the base of like you have a job, but I can't work on men's potential anymore.
Yeah, we too old for that. Yeah,
I'm 34, and 2, I'm not a gold digger, but my thing is like, I feel like a man should take pride. One thing I love about my pastor, like, he's so old school. And it might sound a little male chauvinist to some, but he took pride in being the breadwinner. A man should take pride in that, because I feel like, and then too, don't feel like a woman is a gold digger. Like, you should take pride in being a breadwinner, because not only you bring a breadwinner, but like you said, I can bring more to the table with you bringing a breadwinner too. Like, it's not just money that makes the relationship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not gonna come at me and step at me when you broke. We both cannot be broke. I'm a single mother on a single mom's budget. And for single mothers who know what I'm talking about, it's not that you broke, but you're on a single mom's budget. You don't have 2 incomes, and nowadays you need 2 incomes in the home to have
the minimum, the basics.
Right.
Yeah.
So my thing is, for me, I can't work with potential. I'm sorry, I've been there, done that.
Yeah. But
and I choose to step out of my comfort zone.
Right.
And trust that God is gonna give me somebody more than potential.
Yeah. Yeah, it gotta be, because at this day and age, like you said, we need more than potential. I can't work and say, oh, I might potentially get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm working for my check. So I can see, like, if, like, we pulling at 2 different goals, right? Like, not as a union, but I'm talking about, like, okay, say for instance me, like, I'm working, but at the same time I'm taking some of that earned income and putting it towards my business. That's different. You know, if he has goals and he's working towards those goals, I can support you all day. All day.
Because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have a steady paycheck that I go to. I go to work every day, Monday through Friday. But also, I've sacrificed to move in with family to pursue my dream.
That's right.
So it's me, instead of paying rent, it's like I have to cut costs somewhere so I can really find an office, find a studio, do the lights, find a camera.
That's great.
So I took a sacrifice. And then people need to know, like, that man needs to know what sacrifice I took for me and my son.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I sacrificed I'm giving 100% on one side, and then I'm showing up every day giving 100% on another side to get that paycheck, to pay for these lights, pay for this camera, pay for this venue, pay for these t-shirts, pay for this, pay for that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So eventually, if we want to get there to your plan B or whatever, or another goal you have long term, then we could do that. That'll be worth it, you know, because I want to enjoy the success with you, and it'll be our success.
Right.
You know, but if that's like the only thing you're pulling at, like you see some of these guys, no shades to nobody, but it's like you want to be a rapper and you're in your mid-30s and you ain't working.
Girl.
I can't fund that.
And at some point, like we still have rappers that are like 50. Like, how old is Jay-Z?
50.
Okay, and no shade to Jay, because like he doing his thing.
Been around for
He's
years.
a billionaire, but he started when he was like in his 20s. He started, or probably younger than that.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, you starting off at 30 and want to be a rapper. Like, boy, bye. Like, find something else.
But you do have those men, and back to the subject ahead of this, but you have those men that want to start a new career. You know what I'm saying? At a certain age.
Well, let me say this. I'm not knocking that. Only if you're doing your plan A with your plan B.
If you solid.
For me, because I just had a revelation that I don't want to do what I'm doing. I work in law enforcement, and I thought I was going to be this FBI agent and traveling and all that. And then my thing is like,
I keep thinking like,
I don't want to do that no more. Right. I don't want to do that no more. I go to work every day to do my job.
Yeah.
But I'm working on changing my career and transitioning.
Yeah.
So God is going to bless it where I can leave my job and do this full time. You know what I mean? What you got for us? 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. That's old school. Y'all know.
I love it.
That's that. We do not own the right to that song.
So for my 1 minute ministry, I would say, just to the women out there that are dating, watch out for men that are manipulating, that pretend that they want something that they really not after. They saying that they want to be with you and they love you, or they want to, invest in you, but really they there for their own selfish purposes, and don't allow a man to come and to make you feel like you need him in certain areas when really you don't. You can handle things on your own, that you're not a charity case, you or your kids or your child. Feel good, feel confident, love yourself, love on your kids, love on your situation, whatever it is, continue to work move towards your goal, move forward. And for the men, excuse me, just take her for where she is, understand who she is as a woman first, and see where you can add value. Don't just come in thinking you finna save her, or you about to, just save the day, and, nah. That's how you get shut down real quick by a real one. So...
And that was it.
That's all she wrote.
Love you, mommy. Have a good day.